Liam's First Cut by Taye Jones, illustrated by Des Carter. It's Friday morning, and Liam is excited. Tomorrow is a big day. On Saturday, Liam and his dad are going to the barbershop for the first time. Liam is going to get his first haircut. Every week, Liam's mom braids his hair while his dad goes to the barbershop. Liam has wanted to visit the barbershop with his dad for a long time. Now, the big day is almost here. Liam is going to get his first cut at Mr. J's barbershop. Liam stares in the bathroom mirror, holding his toothbrush, and wonders what the barbershop will look like. He wonders who will be there and what everyone will be doing. Maybe Juan will be there with his Tio, he thinks to himself, or maybe Jack and Uncle Carl will be there too. Suddenly, Liam jumps when he hears a familiar voice. "Liam, time for breakfast," Mom yells from the kitchen. "Liam?" Liam finishes brushing his teeth and puts on his clothes. He checks the last box of his morning schedule. He grabs his backpack and goes downstairs to the kitchen. With a little time to spare, Liam takes a bagel to go and kisses his mom goodbye. He and his dad head off to the bus stop. Liam doesn't want to miss his bus for school. Liam rides the school bus and dreams some more about his big day tomorrow. A buzzing bee flies into the window and buzzes near his ear. He waves the bee away. Will the barber's clippers sound like that? He thinks. Liam starts to worry. The bus arrives in front of PS 14, and Liam walks towards the front doors. Liam sees Mr. Paul, the custodian, cutting grass. Bzzz. Liam thinks of the clippers again and gets scared thinking about the noise that will be in his ears. Bzzz. "Hey, guys," Liam shouts when he enters the class and sees his friends. "I'm going to the barbershop tomorrow," he says proudly. "I'm getting my first cut." "A haircut? Wow, that's so cool. I can't believe you're cutting off your braids," says his friend Chase. "Yup. Now that I'm a big boy, Mom and Dad say it's time." "Tomorrow, Dad is taking me to his special place. I'm going to get my first cut at Mr. J's barbershop." After school, Liam comes home and shows his mom the social story his teacher and therapist made to help him get ready for his special trip to the barbershop. They go through the pages together and look at the photos to help Liam know what to expect. That night, Liam is so excited he can hardly sleep. He stares at the stars on his ceiling, waiting for morning to arrive. He knows that soon he will finally be at the barbershop for his first cut. Early the next morning, Dad calls out to Liam, "Rise and shine, buddy. We have to get a move on." Liam hops out of bed and gets ready. Liam grabs his juice and kisses his mom goodbye. He then heads off with Dad to Mr. J's shop. When they arrive at the shop, Liam pushes the door open. His ears are greeted with the sound of music playing and lots of talking. He can hear men talking about sports. He sees a tall man sweeping puffs of hair from the floor. He sees other men and boys waiting for their turns to get a cut, and he sees some moms with their sons waiting too. "Hey there, little man," yells Mr. J. "We've been waiting for you. You're next." Liam and his dad sit near the window. Liam looks around Mr. J's shop. He doesn't see his friend Juan or his cousin Jack, but he sees Mr. Paul from school. He's playing a video game while waiting for his turn. Liam sees a group of big boys playing a game at a table. They are lining up white rectangles in rows until one boy yells, "Domino!" Liam sees the boys smile and hears them all laugh. Mr. J spins the chair around and Liam sees Uncle Carl. Mr. J sprays his hair and adds some powder to help brush away the freshly cut hairs. "Aye, Uncle Carl," Liam exclaims. "I'm getting a cut today, too." "That's right, little man, and it's your turn," says Mr. J. Dad helps Liam into the big red chair. Mr. J spins him around to the mirror. "So, what are we doing today?" asks Mr. J. Dad replies, "Take it down, Mr. J. Liam getting a fade today." Dad whispers to Mr. J, "Please be patient. Remember, Liam is autistic and has never had his hair cut before." "You got it," says Mr. J, as he gives Liam a wink and a nod. Mr. J pulls out a brand new blue cape and gives it a snap. Liam starts to get nervous as Mr. J places the cape over his chest and pulls out the clippers. "Don't worry, Liam. My cape will protect you, just like a superhero. And the clippers might tickle a bit, but it won't hurt." Mr. J turns on the clippers and places the trimmer on Liam's arm. "How's that? See? It just hums and tickles." Liam laughs as the buzzing clipper tickles his arm. Dad gives him a wink and asks, "Are you ready?" Liam nods and smiles. He takes a deep breath and remembers the photos in the story from his teacher. Mr. J begins to cut. The clippers buzz lightly, even quieter than the buzzing bee or lawnmower. Liam closes his eyes and pretends the puffs of hair falling to the floor are cotton candy. The music coming out of the speakers drowns out the buzzing sounds of the clippers. He opens his eyes again and imagines a man playing a video games is a real basketball player running up and down the court, and he imagines the men across the room talking about sports are the TV announcers calling every play. "All right, Liam, my man, you're all done." Mr. J gives the chair a final spin. The chair stops in front of the mirror and Liam looks at his finished cut. "I like it. Thank you, Daddy." "Thank you, Mr. J." Mr. J gives Liam a high five and hands Dad a baggie filled with a few locks of hair as a keepsake. "Now, we have a reminder of the special day when you got your first cut," said Dad. "I'll never forget this day, and I'll never forget my first cut," Liam agrees.